Welcome everybody to Delta Dental Park here at Headlock Field, and it's a great night for baseball. A little rainy earlier in today's warm-ups, but clear skies in terms of rain. Hopefully it just stays cloudy. But it's a great matchup between these two city rivals in the Deering Rams and the Portland Bulldogs. It's always a game you circle on the calendar, no matter what sport you're playing between these two teams.
Well, and the other thing too is, Seth, is we'll have to keep a little extra distance away because I graduated from Portland and you graduated from Deering. So we'll see how this one ends up between not only the teams on the field, but you and I.
Yes. But both teams have a rocky season so far. Deering has 2 wins. Portland has 0. It's not the way you want to start, but finishing strong is the way you want to look forward. That 12th playoff spot is up for grabs for any one of these teams. Both teams are looking outside of the playoff berths, but it starts tonight. Either one of these teams will be lucky to get the win tonight to get a tally in the win column.
Well, and the thing too is that at least you'll have bragging rights over the other school, and it is a tough season, and it's just the swing of the way things are in the students that come out to play baseball, and there's not much you can do about it if players don't come out to play, and you do with what you have on the field, and it's just a game, and every one of these kids out there plays as hard as they can play, and whatever the outcome is, at the end of the day doesn't really matter because they're playing a game and having fun at it.
Yeah, and baseball is one of those sports where you can be, in terms of David versus Goliath, baseball is one of those sports where if you hit the ball, it can tend to go any sort of which direction, and you can score runs off of those type of hits. It's not like any other sport where you kind of get like a rhythm to that sport. This one, it's wide open. Sometimes a hit goes straight up. Sometimes it's a line drive. Sometimes it's a ground ball. Sometimes you swing and miss. But it's one of those sports where it's very inconsistent on the way it comes off of a bat.
Yeah, and I'm sure at this level they're not worried about the analytics and launch angles and exit velocity and all of that stuff. Like you said, it's just a well-timed hit through the infield and a run scores, and that's the end of the game. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, looking back at the last game for both teams, Deering coming off of a game that they definitely want to forget, losing to Thornton Academy 21-1. And for Portland, they are coming off of a loss against Noble 4-0. But the good thing about today's game is it's a brand new day, and one of these teams will get the win. Portland will probably be more hungry for that win, especially with them having no losses, but Deering would benefit from a win in getting their third.
Yeah, and so we'll see what happens.
And so we'll be back for the starting lineups for both teams.
Deering leading off, pitching number 5, Tavian Latour. Batting second, playing second, number 27, Yadier Lorda Flores. Batting third, catching number 10, Miles Lawrence. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 22, John Deschard. Batting fifth, center field, number 3, Cal Day. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, number 1, Zeke DeWeaver. Batting seventh, playing left field, number 6, Finn Ridge. Batting eighth, playing right field, number 24, Dash Newhall. And batting ninth, playing first base, number 13, Liam Brunel. For the Bulldogs, leading off, pitching, number 6, Lucas Milliken. Batting second, playing second, number 4, Jacob Tidd. Batting third, playing third base, number 7, Brody Viola. The designated hitter is batting cleanup, number 19, Connor Daniels. Playing left field, number 10, Colin Haig. Playing center field, number 9, Bailey Jordan. Playing shortstop, number 1, Jacob Johnson. Playing first base, number 17, John Eisenhart. Batting eighth, catching, number 3, Tommy Chase. And batting ninth, playing right field, number 21, Meeker Funmayor Pacheco. Leading off for Deering in the top of the first is the pitcher number 5, Tavian Latour.
And a leadoff hit on the first pitch by Tavian Latour starts things off for Deering.
And we were getting ready to play the national anthem, and they started the game before we could get back to the camera.
Latour takes off, head first slide in safely. So Deering off to a great start here. It's fouled back. Swing and a miss for strike 2. A 1-2 count. In the dirt for ball 2.
Game starting about 10 minutes later than game time, but it's a nice night.
Fouled back. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the dirt. Latour taking off. It's in the outfield, and that's going to score a run. And so Tavian Latour giving Deering an early lead all by himself.
Single leads to a run.
Yeah, single, a stolen base, another stolen base, and a wild throw. And that's ball 4 for Yadier Lorda Flores. So another base runner. And so that brings up Miles Lawrence.
Keep our eye on the runner at first.
That's hit. Jacob Johnson will field it, bobbles it, and gets neither runner. Had a chance at the lead runner in Flores, but bobbles it just a little bit, and both runners are safe.
Yeah, I think that was just a matter of looking up to see where the runner was and the ball hitting off the glove. It doesn't change the outcome, but I think he was just trying to do two things at once.
So that brings up John Bouchard with 2 on, no outs, ball in the dirt. It's a 1-1 count. That one's ripped into center. Flores holding up. Not sure where the ball was being hit with Bailey Jordan out in center field, but it does drop. And so that brings up Cal Day with the bases loaded. Lucas Milliken not having the best of starts.
Well, at this point, it's only 1 run. So we'll see.
And
Whoa.
throws over the top of Day. Up high for ball 2. And Deering
Oh, we're going to have a visit.
settle things down, but Deering gets the first at bats. They are the designated road team, even though both of these teams do play here for their home games.
Well, and we saw that with the Sea Dogs. They went to New Hampshire and they played a double header, and one game was the Sea Dogs was the home team and the other New Hampshire was the home team due to a rainouts up here in Portland.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Well,
We'll see if that mound visit settles things down for Lucas Milliken.
well, after that pitch, it looks it.
Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yeah, you know, a little discussion about stay within yourself. This game's not gotten away from you. You can get the guy out.
Up high for ball 3. Full count. Lorda Flores at third. Lawrence at second. Bouchard at first. And swing and a miss for strike 3. So first out of the top of the first here for Portland. And that brings up Zeke DeWeaver. Yeah, things off to a rocky start for Portland after a 1-pitch single by Latour. We'll see if Portland can get out of this inning. It's in there for strike 1. It's popped up, and it's going to sail into the stands. So a 1-2 count.
Well, so far so good.
Fouled back.
Yeah, now the batter has to play defensively here.
Force out at any base. Corner infielders in. It's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts here for Lucas Milliken. Puts Portland 1 out away from getting out of the top half of this inning, only allowing 1 run. And that brings up Finn Ridge. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Swing and a miss for strike
Wow.
3. So back-to-back-to-back strikeouts for Lucas Milliken, and Portland keeping themselves within striking distance here early on in this ball game.
Wow, what a way to fight through it. And that mound visit, as we see in basketball, when a timeout's called by the coach and how things change, that mound visit was perfect.
But Portland does allow 1 run on the board here in the top half of the first. And so after half an inning complete, it's Deering 1, Portland coming up. Here we go for the bottom of the first. Lucas Milliken leading things off. Tavian Latour.
Ooh,
And
That
that's
was-
fouled.
that was hit pretty far foul. Well, he's got a little making up to do here. Let's see what he does.
Tried to curve it over, but it's a 1-1 count. That one does curve over. It's one hop by Bouchard, fires over, and it's not thrown perfectly for Brunel, and Brunel can't scoop it as it's right on line to where he was standing.
Yeah, it was a great play. He just didn't set his feet to get the throw over there and threw it into the ground.
So Milliken reaching on a throwing error. And that brings up Jacob Tidd. And Milliken taking off and thrown out. A great throw by Miles Lawrence. Gets the first out.
Wow, and that was a low and outside pitch, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm looking through this small screen.
And that one's ripped up. And right by the outstretched Lord of Flores. And so that puts a runner back on with 1 out. So that brings up Brody Viola. Getting to the third and fourth hitters here for Portland. In the dirt for ball 1.
Well, and now the Portland runners are going to have to think that unless that ball gets away far enough, I don't know if they'll all take off after that pickoff.
In the dirt for ball 2.
Well, and that erased the throwing error, too.
Outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 0 strikes to Viola. And that's right down the middle for strike 1. That one's ripped into center. Calday going back, and it drops out of his glove. And Tidd will be sent. And that scores the first run for Portland and tie things up at 1 apiece. A great hit by Brody Viola, getting a double there. It went in and out of the glove of Calday, and a great effort in center field, ranging all the way back towards the wall.
Yeah, I think he needed just one more step.
It's a foul ball. It's a 2-1 count to Connor Daniels. And there for strike 2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So 2 away here in the bottom of the first. And Bailey Jordan
The center fielder at the plate, number 9, Bailey Jordan.
at the plate. Inside for ball 1.
And Portland still with a good opportunity here.
It's popped up and into the stands. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Ooh.
Trying to curve it on the outside part of the plate, just missing it.
And he'll fine-tune that throughout this game.
Foul tipped. So it's a 2-2 count. Outside for ball 3.
Oh, that was a big take right there. Because you're never sure in high school ball how wide that strike zone's going to be.
3-2 pitch is outside for ball 4. So that puts 2 on here with 2 outs. Viola at second, Jordan at first, Jacob Johnson at the plate. It's fouled back. And
I think that's the closest we've ever had an opportunity to get a ball.
that one curves over for strike
Yeah.
2.
See, he's fine-tuning that. And the batter's got to be prepared.
And it's a grounder and thrown over and safe.
Oh, jeez. They threw the ball back to home plate. And the runner, I'm not sure if he, like I said, I'm looking through a small screen. I'm not sure if he touched home plate or not, but fortunately he went back and touched it just as the catcher got the ball. And that could have, what was a good thing could have turned into a bad thing. So
that puts another run on the board for Portland, giving them the 1-run lead. John Eisenhart taking the first pitch. Two and 0 count, and we'll see how Tavian Latour responds to letting up another run as it hits the outside part of the plate.
I mean, that was a heads-up play by the Portland runner to come around the bag and get to home.
It's fouled back. It's a 2-2 count.
I mean, that's how you win ball games.
That one's fouled back. And that drops over for strike 3. And so Deering gets out of the inning, but not before Portland puts 2 on the board to take the lead. And after 1 complete, it's Portland 2, Deering 1.
24, Dash Newhall.
Here we go for the top of the second. Dash Newhall leading things off for Deering. Hits the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Quick 0-2 count. Outside for ball 1. It's a dribbler down the line. Foul. Count remains 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
How many strikeouts now? Is that 3 or 4?
That's 4 in a row for
Jeez.
Lucas Milliken.
Wow, considering the way this game started.
13, Liam Brunel.
Liam Brunel will take his place in the batter's box. Once fouled back. Just missing the plate. One and one count. That's into the gap in left center. And Brunel will take second, sliding in. So a 1-out double for Liam Brunel, bringing up Tavian Latour. And he started things off in the top of the first with a single.
Yeah, he's got to be careful with Tavion.
Swing and a miss. No, it was tipped into the glove. High and outside. 1-1 count. That one's popped up, and it's going to sail into the stands. Low for ball 2. 2-2 count.
Yeah, I think he's being a little careful. High and inside pitch might just get him.
That's low and outside, making it a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that one's ripped up the middle. Brunel will hold up on third.
Yeah, you can see Tavion. was thinking that the runner was going to come around and score, but you have to know who's on the bases and if they could possibly make it in. You don't want to be thrown out at home. The ball got back in fairly quick.
Yadier Lourdes Flores will bat with runners on the corners. Latour taking off. The throw is down. Tid, couple of feet in front of the bag.
Well, another battle here for this Portland pitcher. Two innings in a row.
And the infield will be in with 2 runners in scoring position. That one's a little high. 2-1 count. Lourdes Flores walking in the top of the first. That one's ripped.
Oof.
Foul. Outside for ball 3. So it's a full count. And no. Must have been a 2-2 count. Now it's a 3-2 count. And foul tipping it. Defensive swing. And Milliken will take a step off the mound, resetting things. 3-2 pitch is hit into right. Pacheco will get to it, and both runners will advance, giving Deering the second run of the game so far, tying things up at 2 apiece.
Well, there you go. A very productive out.
And so that brings up Miles Lawrence reaching on an error in the top of the first. The go-ahead run 90 feet away.
Well, and you have to wonder if the right fielder had taken his time, if Latour would have just kept on running.
It's a swing and a miss, and
was it a foul? Foul tip?
They say it was a foul. Yeah. Must have just hit a little bit of the bat.
I didn't think it hit the bat. I thought he swung through it and it hit the glove and maybe hit a shin guard. But the ump's right there, so.
So it's a 1-1 count. In the dirt for ball 2. In the dirt for ball 3.
It's another long inning for the Portland pitcher.
And that one fielded by Milliken. He'll run over and flip it to Eisenhart to end the top half of the second. But Deering puts one on the board, tying things up. So after 1.5 complete, it's Deering 2, Portland 2. Here we go for the bottom of the second. Tommy Chase leading things off for Portland. First pitch is outside. Just missing the plate. It's a 2-0 count. That one hits the plate. It's popped up and drifts into the stands.
Almost made it in the trash can.
2-2 count. Three-two pitch is in the dirt. So a leadoff walk. Bring up Niker Pacheco.
Not a big lead for the runner.
And there for strike one. Yeah, I think after that pickoff by Miles Lawrence, I think Portland's going to tread lightly on what they take off on. So that's strike two. Outside for ball one. It's a 1-2 count.
Yeah, lots of outside pitches here today so far for Tavion.
That one's just low.
Quite the competitor. He's out there shaking his head. Thought it was a strike.
That one's fouled back. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one couldn't quite drop enough. It's a full count.
Both pitchers throwing a lot of pitches early.
And that one's inside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks issued by Tavion Latour. And so Lucas Milliken will be up. Lawrence going out to the mound. Putting a pause here, seeing if can settle things down for Deering. Milliken reaching on an error in the bottom of the first and caught stealing. That one's ripped and by the glove of DeWeaver. So that's going to put runners on all bases.
Well, the pitcher's helping himself here. And boy, Latour is in a tough position here with no outs and bases loaded.
And that one's right back. Throwing home. Lawrence will fire to first and gets the double play. And just like that, one pitch equals 2 outs.
It's amazing. Just like they do it in practice, I'm sure, every day.
And so that brings up Brody Viola, and he got a double in the bottom of the first. That one curves over.
Yeah, that's a beautiful play. Pitcher to catcher to first. Wow. Now he's dropping the hammer.
And in there for strike 3.
Seriously.
And just like the Portland side, they allowed bases loaded with no outs and get out of the inning with 3 straight outs. So both teams had bases loaded. Neither team could break it wide open. And so after 2 complete, the score remains Deering 2, Portland 2. Here we go for the top of the third. John Bouchard will lead things off for Deering, singling in the top of the first. That one curves over for strike 1. And that one getting away from Milliken.
Yeah, in honor of Bob Euchre, who passed not too long ago, we'll just say that was a bit outside.
That one's ripped into center, and it drops. So a leadoff single for John Bouchard. So he is two for 2 on the day so far.
Well, and like you were saying last half inning, Seth, both teams have put themselves in a position to break this game open. A lot of base runners, just nothing to show for it yet.
And just getting back, John Bouchard leaning towards second.
Yeah, almost caught napping.
And another pickoff attempt. So no throws home for Cal Day. And three straight pickoff attempts. First pitch home is on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. That one's hit high in the air and it drifts into the stands. Oh, 2 count. And Bouchard takes off and in and out of the glove of Chase.
Well, without really knowing it, that was a perfect pitch to run on.
So it's a 1-2 count. It's a swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's going to bring up Zeke DeWeaver.
Number 1, Zeke DeWeaver.
One's in the dirt, not far enough away to advance Bouchard.
Good stop.
One and 0 pitch is in the dirt. Making it 2 balls, no strikes. That one's popped up into shallow right. Tid ranging over.
The left fielder, number 6, Finn Ridge.
So Finn Ridge at the plate. Down low for ball 1. Foul tipped. It's a 1-1 count. Outside for ball 2. That one's inside part of the plate. It's a 2-2 count. And a time called.
Yeah, no pitch clock here.
Outside for ball 3. And that's fouled back. Three-two pitch is inside for ball 4. So 2 on with 2 outs, bringing up Dash Newhall.
Yeah, another tough half inning here for a pitcher.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. Pie. It's a 1-1 count. Fouled. One ball, 2 strikes. Bouchard on at second. Ridge on at first. And that drops over for strike 3.
He finally puts up a donut on Deering.
And so that's now 6 Ks on the day for Lucas Milliken so far. Deering strands 2. So after 2.5 complete, it's Deering 2, Portland 2. Here we go for the bottom of the 3rd. Connor Daniels will lead things off for Portland. Back-to-back half innings with a goose egg on the board after 3 straight half innings with at least 1 run. See if Portland can retake the lead. It's a 1-1 pitch. It's a swing and a miss.
And I
Outside for ball 2.
And I have to say, the event staff person over there, there are no little kids here today.
And strike 3. So that's 4 on the day for Tavian Latour.
Number 9, Bailey Jordan.
So that brings up Bailey Jordan. Outside for ball 1. And foul tipped. It's a 1-1 count. That one just missing the outside part of the plate. Ball 3. And it's a strike.
He started to, you could hear someone say go, and he started to run down to first, and he realized there was only 1 strike anyway, so you can't run down to first on 2 strikes.
Full count. 3-2 pitch is outside. So a 1-out walk issued by Tavian Latour.
Number 1, Jacob Johnson.
And so this brings up Jacob Johnson.
Whoa.
Inside for ball 1. That one's ripped into left center. And so back-to-back base runners here for
Number 17,
Portland.
Eisenhart.
Boy, that was a nice hit. There's been a lot of nice line drives in this game.
So that brings up John Eisenhart. Quick 2-0 hole for Tavian Latour. Hits the outside part of the plate for strike 1. In there for strike 2. So Tavian Latour battling back to force the 2-2 count. That one off the glove of Bouchard. And it's going to be a infield hit for Eisenhart. Loading the bases.
At the plate for the Bulldogs, the catcher, number 3, Tommy Chase.
So back-to-back singles loads the bases up for Portland. And this is the 3rd time this game that the bases have been loaded. Twice for Portland and once for Deering.
I can only imagine that the conversations about taking some pitches.
Last time Portland had the bases loaded, it was a one pitch right to Tavian Latour for the double play. And that hits the inside part of the plate for strike one to Tommy Chase. And in there for strike two. And Tommy Chase was the batter that got thrown out at home.
I thought that the conversation was about taking a couple of pitches no matter what was happening, depending upon the way Latour's pitching.
1-2 pitch. Drops in there for strike three. So a much needed out for Deering.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about taking those first two pitches is what just happened.
So that's the 5th K on the day for Tavian Latour. And swing and a miss for strike one. Niker Pacheco at the plate. And that one drops in there for strike two. Swing and a miss for strike three. And a great way to get out of this inning. So 3 times there have been bases loaded, and all 3 times there have been 0 runs. And so this game has been a wild one so far. Both pitchers with 6 Ks, but there have been a lot of hits.
A lot of base runners.
And so after 3 complete, the score remains Deering 2, Portland 2. Here we go for the top of the 4th. Liam Brunel will lead things off for Deering. Inside for ball 1. We'll see what Deering can do. That one's a dribbler foul down the first baseline. A lot of hits in the last 1.5 innings. Nothing to show for either team. That one's hit towards Tid. Fires over to first and gets the first out.
Nice and easy.
Tavian Latour will bat. 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles. That one's a late swing and a miss. Outside for ball 1. Low and outside for ball 2. That one hits the outside part of the plate. It's a 2-2 count. That one's popped up, and it's Eisenhart will get it in foul territory. So the second out.
And they finally got him out.
Yadier Lorda Flores now at the plate. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. That one's ripped, but foul. Got out in front of that one.
That one definitely would have rolled to the wall.
In the dirt for ball 1. It's a 2-1 count. In there for strike two. Outside for ball three. It's a full count. And fouled back to stay alive. Three-two pitch is popped up, and it's into the stands. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lourdes Flores keeping the pitch count high in this at bat and forces the walk with 2 outs. So another half inning with a base runner. There's been at least 1 base runner in every half inning so far in this game.
Yeah, no clean sheets here. Any half innings.
Miles Lawrence at the plate. A check on Lourdes Flores. Sliding back safe. Both teams wearing white pants. And so anytime you slide into a base, those pants get dirty. And a Lourdes Flores, and that's into the outfield. Not far enough. Jordan there to back up.
Well, a chance for a run, and the ball almost hit the runner. You know, you have to be, you can't really be aware of where that ball is coming at you, but fortunately it missed him.
Drops in there on the outside part of the plate for strike one. It's a 1-1 count. That one's fouled. In the dirt for ball two.
Nice stop.
That one's ripped past the glove of Viola, and that's going to score a run. Lourdes Flores will come in standing, and so an RBI single for Miles Lawrence.
Boy, not only does he got a strong arm to throw runners out at second, but his bat just shot that down to left field line. Almost a great play at third, but wow.
And so Lawrence now 1 for 2 on the day. That brings up John Bouchard. 2 for 2. It's a foul ball. Both hits a single for Bouchard. And in 0-2 hole, Miles Lawrence with a huge lead and takes off. And we'll take the base standing. So that ball was in the dirt. And that's up the middle. It's Jordan will field it, bobbles it, and that's going to score Miles Lawrence. So it's a single. It's not an RBI. Where Miles Lawrence taking home on the bobble. I think if that was fielded cleanly, that throws in, and Lawrence would still be on third. But Bouchard 3 for 3 now with that single.
Well, and the good thing is Lawrence heads up, followed where that ball was to know to keep going, plus the coach down there letting him know. Made it fairly easy to get home.
Cal Day up 0 for 2, and the throw down hits Bouchard. So both throws by Tommy Chase have been short.
Yeah, this time he does hit the batter, as I discussed with the last batter. The ball went off to the side. You don't expect to get hit by it.
That one's going to get to Tidd, who'll fire over and gets the third out. But Deering puts 2 on the board to take the lead after their at-bats. So after 3.5 complete, it's Deering 4, Portland 2. And here we go for the bottom of the 4th. Lucas Milliken leading things off. One for one on the day. And there for strike one. In the bottom of the first, Milliken reached on an error. That one's lined past Bouchard. So 2 singles now for Milliken.
Number 4, Jacob Tidd.
So that's going to bring up Jacob Tidd. 1 for 2 on the day. Low for ball 1. Outside for ball 2. Not sure how long either pitcher will last into this game, as that one is fielded by DeWeaver, throws it over, and it's too high for Brunell. So a bobble by DeWeaver puts 2 on.
Yeah, he bobbled it, didn't have a chance at the runner at second, and then threw the ball high to first.
It's the third baseman, number 7, Brody Viola.
And that's going to bring up Brody Viola. 1 for 2 on the day with a double. That one's up high for ball 1. The tying run on at first, the go-ahead at the plate. It's a 2-0 count.
I'm beginning to believe this Darren team needs runners on the...
DeWeaver will throw to first, Lourdes Flores, and can't get the runner. It was going to be a tough play with Viola sprinting down the first baseline.
Yeah, and Viola
Hitter number
walking
19,
gingerly.
Tyler Daniels.
I think he hit that bag a little on the rough side. Tweaked that ankle, I think.
And that's what got Cassis for the season-ending injury.
Umpire giving him enough time to stretch it out.
And there for strike one to Connor Daniels, 0 for 2 on the day.
Well, and Portland with a chance to at least put a run on the board here.
That one's popped up. And it's going to be a tag. And that run will score. It was Finn Ridge getting underneath that, but far enough away to score Milliken.
Well, you love those productive outs.
The center fielder number 9, Bailey Jordan.
Bailey Jordan now at the plate. Swing and a miss. Bailey Jordan, 2 at-bats, 2 walks. Up high for ball 1. It's a 2-1 count. Generous call there for strike 2.
I was thinking the same thing.
Up high for ball 3. A full count with 2 away. So off, Viola will be off on the pitch. Pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 3. And so Deering getting out of this inning, only allowing 1 run. And so another chance for either team to score more than 2 runs. And so after 4 complete, it's Deering 4, Portland 3. Here we go for the top of the 5th. Zeke DeWeaver starting things off for Deering. Number of changes for Portland. So that pitch is outside for ball 1. John Eisenhart is now in to relieve Lucas Milliken. Moving over from first. Lucas Milliken is now catching. That's a shallow right, and ranging over is Jacob Tidd for the first out. So Lucas Milliken behind the plate. Connor Daniels is now playing first, and Tommy Chase going from catcher to center field. So Finn Ridge at the plate, taking ball 1. Up high. It's a 1-1 count. Up high for ball 2. Fouled. Finn Ridge is 0 for 1 with the walk. It's a 2-2 count. That one drops in there for strike 3.
Drop the hammer.
So 2 outs
Now batting the right fielder, number 24, Dash Newhall.
We got a pinch hitter, Lyndon McAuliffe.
Pinch hitter for Deering. Number 2, Lyndon McAuliffe.
And so Lyndon McAuliffe pinch hitting for Dash Newhall. It's 0-1. High. It's a 1-1 count. Ball 2. And
All right, we have our first 2 across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to batter number 2.
And in the dirt for ball 3, so a full count here for McAuliffe. And that one's in there for strike 3. So the first clean inning for either team. It's a 1-2-3 inning for John Eisenhart in relief. And so after 4.5 complete, it's Deering 4, Portland 3. Here we go for the bottom of the 5th. Leading things off is Jacob Johnson for Portland. That one curves over for strike 1. Jacob Johnson is 2 for 2 on the day so far. Both singles. That one's ripped into center. Cal Day tracking back and gets to it.
Yeah, I like that ball earlier in the game that went off his glove. He had enough time on this one.
So that brings up John Eisenhart with 1 away. That one's fouled off of the umpire's mask. And Miles Lawrence taking a walk, giving the umpire some time.
Yeah, the same grace that the umpire gives when a batter gets the ball off a foot or the catcher gets one off the shin or the leg. Just a little bit of breathing time. Make sure the cobwebs are gone. Oh, nice pitch.
Drops in there for strike 2. In there for strike 3. So the 8th K for Tavian Latour. Especially in a tight 1-run ball game. And it looks like that's going to be the game for Tavian Latour. And we'll be back for all of the changes. And we're back. Tommy Chase at the plate. Strike 1. A lot of changes. Start in the outfield. Zeke DeWeaver moves from shortstop to left field. So that's a ball. Finridge is now in center from left, and Cal Day is center to right. Yadier Lorda Flores goes from second to third base. Tavian Latour is now at shortstop. Lyndon McAuliffe is moving from right field to second base. And John Bouchard is now catching, and the relief pitcher for Tavian Latour is Miles Lawrence.
Well, we definitely know he's got an arm. Lawrence does.
It's a full count, 2 away. And that one is hit to Lorda Flores, fires over, and the one hop is scooped by Liam Brunel.
Beautiful.
To end the inning. So Lorda Flores gets his first action at third, and it's a clean out. So another 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the fifth for both of these teams. So 2 in a row here in the fifth inning. And so after 5 complete, score remains Deering 4, Portland 3. Here we go for the bottom of the top of the 6th. Liam Brunel leading things off for Deering. That one's ripped into center, and it hits the ground. So a leadoff single for Liam Brunel.
Yeah, the only thing you could do there was stay in front of it.
Shortstop, number 5, Tavian Latour.
So that brings up Tavian Latour. See if he can extend the lead.
Huge lead at first.
And a takeoff, throw down is not in time.
Almost.
So Brunel gets the sliding steal.
Well, Deering trying to add. I mean, just a little bit more on the throw, and that might have been a nice sweep tag, but just a little underthrown. Ooh, he hit him.
That hit him, so it's going to put 2 on.
The third baseman, number 27, Lorda Flores.
Yadier Lorda Flores will now bat. Has seen the bases twice, both on walks. And we're going to get a mound visit, probably to settle things down here.
Yeah, just have, I think they're going to discuss, with nobody out here and runners on first and second, they got to make sure exactly where whoever gets the ball, they know where they're going with it. I mean, you take any opportunity to get an out, but you got to be real careful here that these Deering runners don't take off.
That one's ripped.
Ooh. Right into the dugout. The coach is over there leaning, and thankfully he was watching the play.
Inside for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. That one's fouled back. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nice play by the usher.
That one's hit into center. And ranging over is Tommy Chase to get the first out.
Yeah, in a good position that runner on second was not going to chance that at all.
The pitcher, number 10, Miles Lawrence.
So that's going to bring up Miles Lawrence. We'll see if he can get himself a more comfortable lead now at the plate, but that's popped up. Jacob Tidd will call everyone off in shallow right and gets the second out. So 2 quick outs.
Yeah, definite, nice, easy outs, too. Nothing on the ground that could get kicked around. Nice, easy pop-ups.
And that brings up John Bouchard. It's fouled back. Bouchard is 3 for 3 on the day. All singles. See if he can get one more here. Or if Eisenhart can get out of this half inning. That's popped up. And calling it everyone off, Brody Viola. So after allowing 2 on, John Eisenhart pops up all 3 of the next batters.
Well, and it's amazing what a mound visit will do.
And that's the second one so far that's calmed things down for Portland. Once in the top of the first and now here in the top of the 6th. So after 5.5 complete, score remains Deering 4, Portland 3. Here we go for the bottom of the 6th. Niker Pacheco leading things off for Portland here. Down 1 run. It's a swing and a miss.
Yeah, outside pitch.
Pacheco is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout and gets his first hit for a leadoff single for Portland.
The catcher, number 6, Lucas Milliken.
And that's a huge hit, bringing up Lucas Milliken, who is 2 for 3 on the day. See if Milliken can take away that loss he has as the starting pitcher, and it's hit into the gap.
Oh, he's going to run for a while.
And Pacheco being waved around, and over the head, Miles Lawrence, and Miles Lawrence with a gun all the way to third, throwing out Lucas Milliken trying to take third. But Portland ties things up here in the bottom of the 6th.
So
it's going to be a double for Lucas Milliken and thrown out trying to take third. So that brings up Jacob Tidd. 1 for 2 on the day. That one curves in for strike 2.
So that was Milliken threw the runner out at third. No,
Milliken was thrown out at,
thrown out at third. Sorry.
and it's
No, I mean, did Lawrence throw him out?
no, that it was Lawrence who threw him out, and that's a strikeout. So 2 quick outs.
Third baseman, number 7, Brody Viola.
No, sorry for the confusion, but it's just Lawrence was catching when he threw the runner out trying to advance to second, and now he's pitching and he threw the runner out trying to advance to third. So if they throw him in the outfield, he'll throw someone out trying to get home.
And the funny part is Lucas Milliken was the one thrown out both times.
Oh, no kidding. So there you go. So he threw him out at second and he threw him out at third.
And there for strike 2 to Brody Viola.
Well, if we had enough time, he might throw him out at home, right?
Outside for ball 1. But Lucas Milliken did get the RBI double to tie things up here in the bottom of the 6th as Brody Viola strikes out swinging. But Lucas Milliken with that big double to tie things up at 4 apiece. And so at the end of 6, it's Deering 4, Portland 4. Here we go for the top of the 7th. Cal Day leading things off for Deering. So neither starter will get the win or the loss. It's in there for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count. It's a foul tip for strike 2. And so Deering's now had the lead twice. Portland had it early in the first. Cal Day, it's grounded by Tidd. He'll fire over and gets the first out.
How about at number 1, Zeke DeWeaver.
So that brings up Zeke DeWeaver. 0 for 3 on the day. It's outside for ball 1. Right down the middle for strike 1. 1-1 count. And 1-0 wild.
Ah,
Batter 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And a dribbler, Tidd, will fire over and gets the second out. So back-to-back outs here for Portland.
Number 6, Finn Ridge.
So with 2 outs, that brings up Finn Ridge. And there for strike 1. Finn Ridge 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts and a walk. In the dirt for ball 1. That's fouled back. That's popped up. Is it going to stay in and goes over?
Boy, that went right off the top of the railing. And those can be pretty scary if you're not sure where they're going. You think the ball's not going to hit you and it could just bounce off. Fortunately, no one got hit.
It's ball 2. 2-2 count to Finn Ridge. It's outside for ball 3. And that's ripped into left. And a great catch by Bailey Jordan. And
nice
so
hustle.
A 1-2-3 inning for Portland. And now Portland has a chance to win this ball game after being down in this game twice, battling back after being down 4-2, having a chance to get their first win of the season. And so after 6.5 complete, it's Deering 4, Portland 4. And here we go for the bottom of the 7th. Connor Daniels will lead things off for Portland. Takes the first pitch as a ball. In there for strike 1. Daniels 0 for 3 on the day. It's fouled back. That one's in there for strike 3. So that's the first out.
Now batting number 9, Bailey Jordan.
That brings up Bailey Jordan 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a strikeout. That one's fouled back. In there for strike 2. It's a 0-2 count. That one's outside. Trying to curve that over. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So 2 away, bringing up Jacob Johnson. 2 for 3 on the day. And that one's Latour will fire over and gets the third out. And so a 1-2-3 inning for Deering. And so we are heading to extra innings here between Portland and Deering. So after 7 complete, it's Deering 4, Portland 4. Here we go for the top of the 8th. Lyndon McAuliffe leading things off for Deering.
Number 2, Lyndon McCullough.
That one's hit into center. And it's caught by Tommy Chase for the first out. Liam Brunel will take the batter's box.
Number 13, Liam Brunel.
That one's popped up, and it's going to stay in play. And
Gee.
it was Viola, Milliken, and Eisenhart, and no one called each other off.
Wow, that was like the play for the Red Sox, I think, last night. Off of Breu's glove caught by Rafaela. Except this one hit the ground.
That one's fouled. That one's grounded. Tid ranging and getting the out. So 2 away, bringing up Tavian Latour.
Now batting, Tavian Latour.
Boy, it's amazing when teams don't score how quick these half innings go.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. In the dirt. It's a 1-1 count.
Ooh,
And that
That hit
hits Lawrence. So back-to-back hit by pitches for Lawrence.
Number 27, Yadier Florida Flores.
Yadier Lorda Flores will be at the plate. Up high for ball 1. Checked on the runner at first. Latour diving back. Anytime you have a lefty on the mound, it's harder to read. And Latour taking off. The throw down is into the outfield. Tommy Chase there to... And... It's a 2-0 count. And another steal. And that pitch was outside.
wow. He read that so perfect. Latour. He plays like Jared Duran. You know, a man on a mission.
And up high for ball 4. So runners on the corners here for
Batting number 10, Miles Lawrence.
Deering with 2 away.
You know, Latour put him in a perfect spot. If that ball hits anywhere on the ground, anything can happen, and he can score.
And we'll see what this mound visit. And it's going to be a pitching change. And so, oh, is it?
No, they definitely got to know what they're doing here with Latour at third They just got to make sure that he doesn't try to steal home. I mean, he's stolen every base. You know, that's what Duran did earlier this season for the Red Sox. He stole home. They got to be real careful with him. They gotta pay attention.
So a long meeting at the mound. So John Eisenhart will stay in.
You know, and also, you know, I'm sure it's going to be like, if the runner on this first pitch takes off to second, just let him go.
So Miles Lawrence has a chance to give himself the chance at the win. That one's fouled. It's a 1-1 count. That one's hit and just foul. That could have been multiple runs for Deering if that had landed fair. So it's a 1-2 count.
Oh,
And
no!
And got him out. Lorda Flores took off thinking that he was going to distract John Eisenhart, and Latour gets picked off at home.
Oh, man, I thought they were going to throw it to second, and Latour took off, but maybe it was just a little head fake to get him to go and throw it home.
And so that ends the inning for Deering. A great chance at getting the lead, but Portland will have another chance at getting their first win and when they come up to bat. And so after 7.5 complete, the score remains Deering 4, Portland 4. Here we go for the bottom of the 8th. John Eisenhart will lead things off. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Eisenhart has a chance to start things off well as that pitch is taken over the plate. So quick 0-2 hole. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Number 3, Tommy Chase.
So that brings up Tommy Chase. In the dirt. That one's fouled. That one's dribbled. It's fielded by Brunel for the second out.
Well, the beautiful thing about baseball is there's no time limit.
Niker Pacheco scored the tying run in the bottom of the 6th. So that's a swing and a miss for strike 1. That one's hit to McAuliffe, fires over and gets the out. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Deering. And so that's going to give Deering another shot here in this ball game. And so after 8 complete, score remains Deering 4, Portland 4. Here we go for the top of the 9th. Miles Lawrence will lead things off for Deering. Back at the plate after Latour got thrown out at home. That one's ripped up the middle. So a leadoff single for Miles Lawrence. John Bouchard at the plate. So low and outside for ball 1. That one's ripped down the third baseline. Lawrence is going to get held. And he's going to take third. On the throw by Bailey Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see where the ball went. Where'd it go by?
It looked like he overthrew Jacob Johnson, the cutoff man.
Oh, man.
So back-to-back singles, and that's popped up. And it's not caught by Jacob Tidd. And it's going to be an out at second. So a drop by Tidd forced Bouchard back to first, but because he dropped it, it allowed Lawrence to score, and Bouchard, because he went back to first, got the force out at second. But the all-important part of all of that is Deering got that run to take the lead.
Yeah, not quite sure the right fielder could have got there in time.
So the Weaver 0-1 count. It's inside for ball 1. So Deering still has 2 runs to play with here in the top of the 9th. And they're 4 strike 2. Time is called. It's popped up and it drifts foul. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside. High for ball 3. 3-2 count. 1 away. Cal Day at first. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Oh, he helped him out there, but you got to be careful and protect that plate.
And Calday takes off. It's a hit and run. Fielded by Johnson. Fires over and gets the out. So Finn Ridge grounds out 6-3 for the third out of this top half of the ninth. But Deering puts one on the board to take the lead. So after 8.5 complete, it's Deering 5, Portland 4. Here we go for the bottom of the ninth. Top of the order for Portland. Lucas Milliken will lead things off. Miles Lawrence fires over. It's a swing hit. And it's a misplay by McAuliffe. And so an error puts one on the base path. And that brings the winning run to the plate in Jacob Tidd. And it's going to be small ball. Lawrence will fire over. And no one at third. But a heads-up play by Brunel to just run it to the middle of the field. And Latour.
Yeah, that would have been not a good thing for Deering. Thankfully, the play was in front of the first baseman to see that no one was at third.
And heads-up play also by Tavian Latour to start running over to third, knowing that that ball is going to be hit. McAuliffe will field it cleanly and gets the out, but that moves the runner over to third. So Lucas Milliken 90 feet away from tying this game up. Connor Daniels. And that one's fouled.
Into the net down the third base line.
And this is the fifth time Connor Daniels is up. He is 0 for 4 so far. Outside, 4-1.
Yeah, this is important for the pitcher and catcher to be on the same page and the catcher to stay in front of that ball.
And that's hit. Latour will take a couple of steps, and Deering gets the win here in extra innings. And so,
I mean, what a game. You know, two teams struggling to get wins on the board, and, you know, Deering does come out here on top 5-4. It was a great game. I cannot even believe how many runners got on base for both teams, and it was only 5-4. There was a potential for this game to be 20-20.
Yeah, but the pitching today was great in those pressure situations. Both teams had, like you said, numerous runners, and a lot of those were in scoring position. But the pitching from Latour and Lawrence for Deering and Milliken and Eisenhart kept both teams in this game. But at the end of the day, Deering comes away with the one-run win. And I have to say that these young pitchers that came in, Eisenhart and Lawrence, Eisenhart's a freshman and Lawrence is a sophomore. So they're going to have some good pitchers going forward next year. But I have to say that Lawrence probably is the key player for Deering in this game. He had 2 pickoffs in the field and came in and had 3 straight shutout innings to give Deering a chance in the 9th to win the game. The only blemish was in the bottom of the 6th. He did let up a run to tie things up at 4, but he came back and had 3 straight goose eggs on the board for Portland.
Yeah, you're right. The relief pitching for both teams was exceptional in this game, and that's why it went to 9 innings. I mean, early on, it looked like, both teams just wanted to pound the ball places, and then the relief pitchers took over and said, we're not going to have any of that, and they buckled down. What a great game.
Yeah, and both teams had to go to the relief pitchers early in this game with the high pitch count for both pitchers. But again, when you have multiple pitchers on your team that can come in, especially in a long ball game, you only play 7 in high school, and so they played 2 extra. And 9 is what you normally play in pro baseball. So kudos to both teams on a hard-fought game. Portland definitely did not have the quit in them, scoring 1 in the bottom of the 4th and 1 in the bottom of the 6th to tie things up. But the hitting fizzled out for Portland down the stretch, and some key hits for Deering late in this game. It was back-to-back hits, one by Lawrence and one by Bouchard, and some timely mishaps by Portland gave Deering that 1 run in the top of the 9th to give them the 1-run lead, and it was a quick inning for Lawrence in the bottom of the 9th to give Deering the 5-4 win. So he'll get the win, Eisenhart getting the loss, but Deering gets 3 wins on the season, and Portland dropping to 0-8, going back to the drawing boards. Deering will hopefully take this into the next game they play for some momentum, but we'll see where Deering moves up into the playoffs or not. But the final score in this one is Deering 5, Portland 4. Saying so long. This has been a production of WPPS TV3 Portland Public Schools. Saying good night.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you again.